Hey everybody, it's Alec with mimoZine, Day 3, Rothbury 2009. We are lucky to be talking to Jamie Janover from Links in Janover here at the music festival. Jamie, thanks so much for talking to us.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
See you, man. So have you gotten a chance to go around the grounds? Have you seen Rothbury? What's going on here?
Absolutely. I'm very impressed. The guys who put on this festival I've known for a really long time, and this is kind of a culmination of over a decade of work. This festival is managing to pull off the vibe of a small festival, but having tens of thousands of people, which is a tricky thing to do. You have to go out of your way to make that happen.
Well, let me ask you this. We're 40 years out from 1969. We had the lunar landing, of course, Woodstock, and that makes all the sense here at Rothbury, the breakthroughs of the civil rights movement, and we have the war in Vietnam. Is there a connection? Is there some kind of link there?
I think the bigger significance is 2012 is 3.5 years from now, December 21st, 2012. And everybody talks about that date because the Mayan calendar and all this stuff. But in the greater perspective here, we're on the Earth, and the Earth is part of our solar system, and our solar system is going to cross the equator of the galactic structure of the Milky Way on that date. Okay. And when you do that, you get hit by a lot more radiation coming out of the supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy. Now I'm all of a sudden talking cosmology, but
that's
I
all right.
actually go around. I do lectures on unified field theory for a gentleman named Nassim Haramein.
Right.
He's a physicist. And mark my words, you'll be hearing about this guy Nassim Haramein in the future. He's taken off where Einstein left off and added spin component to his field equations. So cosmologically, there's something very significant happening right now. And so the changes that we're seeing, i.e. the cataclysms that we've been seeing, like the worst hurricane ever, the biggest tsunami ever, huge earthquakes, and that's causing us to have to go, uh-oh, we're not doing things very well. It takes a little while for us to realize, oh, the stuff we've been doing for the last 100 years is now melting the glaciers. Right. But we don't have much time. We have to, it's not like everybody go buy a Prius. It's more than that. We have to have new technology right now. Here's how long the Dark Ages were. Here's how long the Renaissance was. Here's how long the agricultural age was. Here's how long the Industrial Revolution. Here's how long the technological age was. Here's how long the age of the internet was, our lifetime, right? Yeah. So that's like a Fibonacci spiral of consciousness, evolution of human culture. Mm-hmm. So if you continue that progression, you might think that the next phase would take 3 to 4 years. So I predict, and this is on the record obviously, right? That we're going to see massive change in the next 3 years that's exponentially more than all the change I've seen in my 40 years up till now. 5 years ago, I could have said, I think the next president of the United States is going to be an African-American guy. And people would have been like, yeah, right, hippie idealist, Jamie, whatever, dude. There's no way that'll ever happen in our lifetime. And yet here we are. And so now, because we have somebody like Barack Obama in the White House, and because people are throwing festivals like this and doing it in an eco-conscious way and having very little waste and doing it in a way where no one's getting hurt, no one's getting upset, keeping everything in a really good place, that's going to happen now exponentially throughout society, and it's going to happen exponentially across the whole planet. I mean, for a long time, everybody's like, obviously we're on a flat planet. See, here we are on the beach. There's the horizon. It's flat. Right. You better not go too far in your ships or you're going to fall off the edge and the monsters are going to eat you. Now, because we've got the internet, we've got iPhones, we've got all this stuff. If something's right, if something's true, if it resonates, you can put it out there and it goes viral in an exponential amount of time.
Get your questions answered immediately.
Right. And so now we're in the age of information where we have the ability to make that change really fast because we have the technology that goes with it. And so it's very important for us in the next few years to come up with a technology. I'm not talking wind, I'm not talking solar, I'm not talking geothermal. I'm talking about new technology that is beyond anything we've seen before.
Is that gene-based? Is that genetics? Is that biofuels?
No, it's extracting an infinitesimally small percentage of energy out of the fabric of the vacuum of the universe. We have to go into the ground, grab some stuff that's been smushed with a lot of energy over a long period of time, and then light it and explode it all of a sudden to get our pistons to go up and down, to get our wheels to turn.
That's all changing.
That's ancient technology. And so it's up to us, is what I'm saying. Yeah. We got to do this right now. It's unfortunate they teach you the sun is like this and the earth goes around and around like this, because then a kid might think, oh yeah, a year later, I'm right back where I started. Right. But no, the sun is moving 240 kilometers a second. And so the earth is actually doing a giant spiral through space. You're millions and millions and millions of miles from where you were a year ago. Right. We all are. and it resonates, and it makes a lot of sense, and it starts to relate back to all this ancient knowledge that has been around, from the Mayans and the Incans to the pyramids in Mexico and the pyramids in Japan and the pyramids in Egypt, and the Torah and the Quran and the Bible and the Sumerian texts and the Copper Scrolls. All this ancient information is saying the same stuff that modern physics is saying.
Yeah.
And that's like, there's got to be something there. It can't just be coincidence after coincidence after coincidence.
Right.
A coincidence means, of course, they're related, and we use it to mean that they're not. There's a lot of stuff that we have completely backwards, and we're starting to realize that. And so that's why all of a sudden we're getting this massive paradigm flip in a short amount of time. And it's because of folks like you and technology that is going to speed up Fibonacci spiral, adding torque to the spin of evolutionary consciousness. And so I think it's going to be fascinating. The next few years is going to be like the most interesting years in the history of the Earth.
Yeah.
And so we're lucky as hell to be here right now, and we should just enjoy the ride.
Jamie, thanks so much for
All right,
talking
thank you
to
for
us.
having me.
It's been a
Appreciate
pleasure.
it. My name's Jamie Janover. Greetings from ROTHBURY. Refresh your memory with mimoZine.